Such incredible advice there when it comes to sorting out the home. And of course, when we're sticking to the home, we've got some incredible tips for you this morning. I'm joined by Nicole Snelling this morning, and we're all aproned up. We're ready to get working and get going in the kitchen and obviously in the home too. And this is something I'm really, really excited about because it's something I feel everybody can benefit from. Everybody can find some health benefits, vitamin D, the list goes on. But before we get into it, I would imagine there's nothing more satisfying than having your very own herb garden, right? And of course, with the weekend coming through, it's time for a 100% outdoorsy project that you'll have time for. And I know it's going to help you unwind after quite a busy week, I'm sure. Now, imagine a pot full of fragrant green basil leaves. Now, listen to this, just begging to be layered with tomato and mozzarella or blended with garlic, pine nuts, and Parmesan cheese to make our very own fresh pesto. Music to my ears. Well, Nicole's back, of course, and she's showing us all the tips and tricks to planting and growing our own basil garden. Oh, nature boy is so excited for this.
Well, the thing is, I feel like if you do cook, or if you're not even a cook in the kitchen, to have fresh herbs just makes you that much better.
Yeah.
Like your dishes just get elevated to the next level.
I think that the number one, I have a herb garden at home. I think the freshness is a plus.
Yes.
And two, it's just so cool to be like with your guests, like, hang on, let me just go grab some basil quickly, and then snip, snip, oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah, you come back with a massive bowl of herbs.
That's like the coolest thing.
It's exciting because you actually reap the rewards of putting the effort in. So what I'm going to get you to do so long is any plant needs soil to grow. So I'm going to get you to put some soil in a pot.
Get my hands dirty, all right. So
yeah, apron's not just for your cooking, you know.
All right, I like this as a nice fancy old soil spoon, if you would call it.
Yeah, you know, you got to fill it up. So what you do is, so most people will grow basil from a seed, but I actually find it takes way too long because they grow like super, super tiny. The seeds are minute. So what I do is I actually have, if you have friends that have got basil at home, or you buy a basil plant like this, you can take 3 or 4 cuttings and then create a whole, like loads of basil plants as well.
What, like just from the cuttings themselves?
From
like
the
a
cuttings.
little propagation vibe?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
It's exactly propagation. I'm very surprised you know what the name is. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, what you do is you always remove the bottom leaves. So as you can see, there's bottom leaves over there. So what happens with those ones, they usually rot. So you remove them right away. Then you can take a jar, if you have an empty like mayonnaise jar or whatever, a cool drink jar, you can pop it in there. Then you add a little bit of water. I almost put in some juice. So you can add some water in there. And what you want to do is, this takes about a couple of weeks to root. So if you lift that one up, Raul, you'll see it's got roots. You can take it out.
100%. Oh, check at that. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera. It's so cool. There's literally little new roots popping out of this little shoot here, and it's alive.
Yes, exactly.
Sick. So this took about 2 weeks?
I would say about 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
What you want to do is keep it in a bright, sunny place. Not direct sun. It's going to burn your poor little plant.
100% shame.
So you need that light. The light is what makes the plant grow. So then you also want to replace your water. A plant needs fresh water. What happens if your water's been sitting like this for a couple of days or weeks, it's going to start going brown, and that's not what you want. That's just going to make your plant rot.
100% do not want a rotten plant in my house. Thank you very much.
Exactly. So then what you do is you pop it into your soil. So you just take your plant like this. Once it's rooted, it won't survive in water for very long. Once it's rooted, it will just, there's no nutrients for it to carry on growing. So now you've got your little starter, and you're just going to like make a little hole like that. You're going to pop your basil plant in, just, you know, put it nice in like that, and you have a little basil plant.
Oh, cool does that look? Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, now, once you've potted up your basil, why not go and sit in the sun, catch some sunshine, and just chill with a glass of 100% fresh goodness from Krush. And of course, I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend. We're creating life, we're creating magic, and we're creating some basil in our garden. Cheers to that, 100%. Looks so good.
Get your 100% fresh, tasty, fruity, and refreshing goodness with Krush.
Made with love by Clover.